Hey guys, in this video, I want to share with you the biggest mistakes that I've personally made with wholesaling real estate. This is going to save you guys time, money, resources, and all of the headaches that come along with these mistakes that I've made. So let's jump into the video so I can give you guys this detailed information that could help you guys to scale your wholesaling business. So if you guys haven't yet, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps me grow the channel and helps you guys to get more value and information out of the content that I provide. So the biggest mistake that I've personally made, and this is number one on the list, is spending so much time and energy trying to perfect and learn everything inside of this business, right? Like I thought I needed to know everything inside of it before I even took action, right? And this is what we call analysis paralysis. And if you're sitting in this situation, right, and you're trying to learn everything inside of the business, stop this video, go take massive action, start making some calls, right? This is gonna help you to leverage and get to that next point inside of your real estate business where you're actually doing deals, right? Because so many people, right, they just try to overanalyze everything. They try to learn every course, program, and everything like that. And the answer is that you're not gonna learn everything before you get started. It just is not gonna work like that. So what I want you guys to do is take massive action. Start making your calls, start talking to sellers, start finding more people inside of the real estate business that you can network and do business with, right? Because sometimes, right, you're not gonna get started all by yourself, right? Sometimes you're gonna need someone to help you out. Sometimes you're gonna need that partner to push you when you don't wanna make calls, right? When you don't want to show up, you're going to need someone to help you out, right? So don't try to do this business alone is my second thing that I would really recommend that a lot of people, they don't try to do it alone, right? Because there's a lot of issues and errors and things that could go wrong inside of the real estate transaction when you're wholesaling, right? Your buyer backs out, the seller wants to back out, you don't have enough money to put down for your earnest money deposit, or the seller's asking you to do all these crazy different things and you have no idea how to do them, right, to get them their desired result, right? So don't do it yourself, right? Learn from other people and learn with it while you're going on. Those are the two biggest things that I can ever share with you. When it comes over to the sales portion, right, when you're actually talking with motivated sellers, right, the biggest mistake that I made, right, was my negotiating skills, right? Like I didn't know how to truly negotiate. So I'd lock up a price way too high, right, that none of my investors wanted to buy this deal from me, right? And obviously now I've committed to this seller, I'm gonna either have to go back with them with a different price, which is a terrible conversation to have, or I'm gonna have to cancel the contract, another terrible conversation to have, right? And this was one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of wholesalers make, right? Is that they lock the contract up for close to retail value or not a deep enough discount because the property needs a lot of work, right? And you always want to start your numbers a lot lower, right? So many people, they start with their best and final offer and then they continue to work up from there. And it's like, dude, you're killing yourself, right? Like start low and then work your way up, right? Because if you start at your top already or your middle, right, you got less leverage to move up. Right? And so many people, they're like, oh, I just want to, I want to make sure I get the deal. Well, you're not going to get the deal actually closed if you lock up the contract for too high. So my tips and words of advice, if you're a wholesaler, right, actually go talk with real buyers in your industry. Go see exactly what they're purchasing at, right? Figure out the amount of rehab that actually needs to be done in properties. This is huge. This was another mistake that I made. Is that, is locking it up for too high because I didn't realize it was going to cost us 50 grand to rehab the whole house. I had no idea what that cost was, right? And you guys should try to learn this stuff too as well, right? Don't just think about it like, how can I just make money on the deal? Make sure your investors, the people actually fixing and flipping it, keeping it as a rental property, whatever their end goal is, make sure that they're making money on it. Obviously, it's their job to do their own due diligence, but your job is to find the right deal for them, right? If you don't find the right deal, good luck trying to wholesale your property. It'll be extremely hard and you'll have a difficult time doing it. I promise you that. Right? So just try to talk with more people inside of your network. It's going to help you guys out a lot to essentially figure out what their buy box is, right? And you're going to want to match that criteria and get even maybe a little bit below it too, because that's where you're going to make your money. And so many people, they mess up in wholesaling because, they try to learn too much, right? They try to do it all by themselves. And then the next thing is that they lock up the contract for too high, right? If you guys are having these problems, you're not alone. I went through them too, right? So some things that you guys can do to solve them. I just talked about the third thing. Talked a little bit about how you guys can essentially go and network with other investors inside of your business. Maybe even go work with a wholesaler. Maybe go work with a fix and flip guy, someone who already has a process and strategy done, because what essentially you're going to do is you're going to learn from them, right? And knowledge is key, right? And that goes back to number one, right? If you're trying to kind of have analysis paralysis and try to figure out every single thing, that means that you're not confident in yourself. You're not confident in the abilities that you have. And I wasn't either, right? And that's okay. And you shouldn't be scared of that fact either. But what you should be doing is that you should be willing to learn. You should be willing to keep going forward and being persistent, because that is what's going to find you deals. So many people, they give up on deals, right? And it kills me, because there's always a way that you can make a win-win situation for everyone that's involved. You can have the seller win, you can have your buyer win, and you can win too as well, right? But it's important that you make sure other people win too. So many wholesalers, they try to get way too much wholesale profit on it, right? And it's not actually helping their end buyer make any deals, right? Because if you screw over one of your end buyers, right, guess what? They're never going to buy a deal from you. You're also going to get a bad rap in your community. And these are things that you don't want to have happen, right? So hopefully you guys found this video useful. And if you guys are starting your wholesaling journey, make sure to follow me on other social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of the other platforms that are out there that I post on pretty consistently. And I'm looking forward to getting connected with you guys. So make sure to subscribe below, leave a like and a comment about what your biggest takeaway from my mistakes when I was getting started wholesaling. I really appreciate it, guys, and hopefully you all have a good rest of your day or evening whenever you happen to be watching this, and I'm super excited to see you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.